Oh my God, my dear listener, how the heck is it already August? Like, what kind of cosmic time warp are we in right now? I swear to you, I was just recording the July energy update for this podcast, and yet it also feels like a lifetime. I feel like so much has happened since the July energy forecast. And so we've got a lot to catch up on, you and me. We've got a lot to talk about. And so I can't wait to take you on this beautiful cosmic journey today, as always, for another beautiful overview, a beautiful perspective on what to expect and anticipate for your month ahead for the month of August. You know, I love putting these podcast episodes together for you. They are one of my favorite things that I get to do all month and makes me aware that I need to do more solo episodes on this podcast for you because I'm moving through so much in my own life. And I just feel like I have so much wisdom to share at this time of my life and just so many stories and just so much that I can't wait to fill you in on that I will be definitely doing more solo work in the future. But for now, I can't wait to again take you on this beautiful journey throughout your forecast for the month of August. We are in the midst of Leo season as I'm recording this. We're also in the midst of a Mercury retrograde, you know, our favorite time of the year. It does happen 3 or 4 times a year, but still, still, it never hesitates to, create some interesting moments in our lives, right? But we're moving through it. We're seeing how the potent astrology this year is really shaking things up in our lives individually at a collective level. And I've spoken with a lot of you, and a lot of us are moving through big transitions, big life changes, big shifts right now. So what I've been hearing from most people is that we've kind of been in this liminal space, the sort of void, the sort of like transitional in between the old, like the letting go, the clearing, the releasing, and moving into our new beginnings and a fresh start. And so I really feel like the month of July speaks to so much of that. We've been kind of on this journey over the last couple of months where the month of May, if you remember from listening to the forecasts, it was all about liberation. The month of June was all about reclamation and reclaiming parts of yourself. The month of July was all about freedom and like finding that internal freedom, which we're going to talk about in a moment. I'm going to talk to how that has unfolded for me personally, of course, because I always love to give you the tea on what's unfolded in my own life since we spoke last. And then August is the theme of emergence. I'm so excited. I'm so freaking excited. Oh man, where do I even begin? Like, I don't even know where to start. I feel like for me, every single day in this lifetime right now feels like so much happens. I am just in this vibrational state right now where the synchronicities are wild, the stories are wild, the things that happen to me, I can't often put into words. And I've been trying to take you along for the ride with me on my Instagram stories a lot more to kind of just bring you in on what it's like behind the scenes for Emily the Mystic, what my day-to-day looks like, what I'm doing on the weekends, which has been so fun for me. So thank you for coming along for the journey if you've been participating in that. I just love telling my story and sharing my life with you. And so I've been thinking of new ways to do that and new opportunities to do that. So I've got some things that I'm cooking up and some new, ideas that I have, but I just have been in a place where things have been, I don't even know how to articulate it. It's just been unbelievable to see how connected I am and how connected all of us are to this universe, to this lifetime, to creation, to the divine, and just how supported I feel in this process with what I've been navigating. If you remember from listening to my July energy update, I filled you in on some pretty big changes that have been going on for me. I'm about 2 months out, give or take, from letting go of a relationship that was a big part of my life for such a long time. And July has really given me the space to fully let that go and fully do the healing work that I needed to do to become the version of me that is sitting here in front of you today. I think I was very ready to just kind of move on and like get on with my life. And you know me, I'm a manifesting generator. I am a busy bee. I love to live life. Like I just, I like to let the wind take me where it needs to take me. I like to take action on things. I like to I like to have a good time. And I think I was a little bit too ready to just kind of close the door on that and move on, that I was bypassing, if I'm being fully transparent with you, a lot of the work, the inner work that I needed to do. But of course, as you know, my dear listener, these things always catch up with us. And I'm very in integrity on this journey. I love to be an authentic leader for you in your own life. So I am never going to try to pretend to be someone I am not, or like make up what's going on in my life. I needed to really just take a step back from things and do the inner freaking work. So I have been in a little bit of a behind the scenes hibernation mode and a lot in my life in a lot of ways, going to therapy, like doing the inner practices, doing a lot of Psych-K, which I'll talk about in a moment, working with the records, doing healing on myself, working with a variety of different kinds of people in the spiritual healing space to help me gain perspective on this whole thing. And it's been so good for me. I kind of started, leaving a relationship. Again, I was excited to get out there. So I started to tip my toes a little bit into the dating world after the relationship ended. And then, you know what? I just realized that I needed to put a pause on that and give myself the space to really just get comfortable being with Emily. Like, really lean into building a life for myself that I love and leaning into full self-love on all levels to really just anchor in and be the person that I need to be for me, first of all, but also as the leader for all of you and as, a co-creator with you in this beautiful lifetime that we're leading together. I mean, I consider so many of you to be soul family, and I have so much gratitude for you, my listener, because you've helped me so much on this journey. You have no idea. The people that have come forward for me out of this, the friends that I've made along the way, the connections that I've made, the people who have said just the right thing to me at just the right time, or who have bid the facilitator for signs for me, or who have held space for me or listened to me or just listened to me vent or talk about all the crazy things that I've had come up. I am so grateful for you. So thank you. Thank you for making me feel so seen. And thank you also for listening even to this episode, because it gives me a platform to share my voice and speak my truth. And wow. I would never in a million years, if you had told me that this is where I would be even 5 years ago, I would have told you were crazy. But here we are. And we're moving through it. We are moving through it. We are dancing with the shadows. We are dancing with the inner work. We're doing the childhood work. We're like doing all of the things. And it's been just instrumental for me. And I can say very confidently now, sitting in front of you, that I'm ready. I'm ready for my new beginning. Like, I am so ready. I am so ready for the next phase of my life, the next journey of my life, wherever that takes me. And I'm learning how to lean back a little bit. I'm an initiator. I'm an action-oriented person. Ah, I love to be busy. I like to get things done. That's how I built a fucking business. That's how I built a business. By being driven and being in my masculine energy, if I'm being fully honest with you, and doing the things that I needed to do to build a business. And now that I'm in this new phase of my life, like actively doing the work on being more in my divine feminine energy, I know that I need to lean back a little bit and be open to receiving and be open to being more magnetic in all areas of my life. And I really thought that I had mastered that a month ago. And I'm realizing that I had a lot of work to do there. And it feels good to be able to say that, to be able to be in a space where I'm like, I can let the opportunities and the people and the signs and the synchronicities and the money and the abundance and the, all of the things, I can let that come to me. And so I am really leaning into that space of just being and being my most true, authentic self and seeing what comes from that and seeing what I attract from that and also what I repel from that too, which is great. It's all great. It's always good to have clarity around who is meant for you and who's not. And I've also really enjoyed this month, specifically with friendships, building friendships. So another thing that's been really unfolding for me is that, as you know, the planet of Jupiter has moved into Cancer as of the beginning of the summer. And Cancer is a sign of nurturing and being domestic. And it's just very nostalgic. It loves to love. It's very emotional. And for me, Cancer is my third house of local communities and local connections and local people and friendships and speaking opportunities like this podcast, which is so fortuitous. And so I've been really working with this Jupiter transit. And by the way, we're all going through this Jupiter transit. We all have Cancer in our birth chart. So if you want to pull up your birth chart, put in your birth information and take a look and see which of the 12 houses in your birth chart is ruled by Cancer, you can know where this Jupiter transit is happening for you. And Jupiter, being the planet of money and abundance and opportunities, is really bringing and shining a light to that area of your life. So for me, it's like the local connections. And I build a business that's international. I work with people all over the world. I have clients in Australia. I have clients in Singapore. I have clients in the UK. Like, I've got clients everywhere. I've got clients all over the United States. And I'm so grateful for that. And also, I did not really take the time to slow down to build a business here in Philadelphia or build a community or like build connections with people. And I've lived here now. I don't even know. Like, I've lived here since I graduated from college and after college. So I've lived here for a freaking long time. And I have not really fully stopped to make friends here in this space. So I have really been enjoying meeting new people, meeting new like-minded people, meeting new soul sisters, and being able to expand my network because I love connecting people together. I love bringing people together. It's like one of my greatest joys in life is to connect like-minded people and also make those connections for myself and meet my own soul family and all of this. It's been so fun to be able to do that locally. So I've really been enjoying doing that here and was able to host some people at my house this month, which was so fun. I also went to visit my friend Leah, Leah the astrologer, which if you haven't listened to Leah's episode yet, it's so good, you guys. Leah is such a well of wisdom. There are so many gold nuggets of just, there's so much in her episode. So please check that out if you haven't listened to it yet. It will have come out right before this episode. And I got to visit Leah at her lake house in New Hampshire, which was magical, and spend time in nature. So I have been visiting all of the friends and being very, very, very frank with you, like doing all of the things that I thought in my head that I would do one day if I were to ever become single. I have been doing those things, and I'm so proud of myself for that. Getting out there, doing a little bit of travel, and bringing people together and making new friends and focusing on building the girl gang that I have never fully had before. I mean, I speak a lot about this on this podcast. I really have identified in the past with being a lone wolf and being kind of an outsider. And you would never think that, knowing me now and knowing what I've created now, you that would probably shock you. But that was who I was for most of my life. I was kind of a loner. I was sort of the outsider on the outside of my friend groups, just kind of like, participating and present, but had a fuck ton of social anxiety and, nerves around meeting new people. So I could never have imagined myself being in the space that I'm in now. I wouldn't have been able to handle it. And I've done the work. I've put myself out there. I'm so proud of myself for that. And now I can really confidently tell you that yes, can I identify with being the outsider in some capacities because I get to like do this work, and that can be a bit fringe for us, you know, in the world at large. But at the same time, I know that I belong. And I know you, my listener, if you have felt that way, if you felt on the fringe, if you felt, you know, like the lone wolf in your life, it doesn't always have to be that way. It does not have to always be that way. And you can give yourself permission to tell yourself and let yourself know that you belong. You belong here. You belong here. You belong in your community and the places and spaces in your life. Lean into, anchor into that energy of belongingness. When you do, then take the initiative to put yourself out there. You will not always receive the invitations from people right away, but you have to do the work first to put yourself out there, to put yourself in the right environments with the right communities, whether that be finding the local yoga studio that does the monthly moon circles, or, you know, going to a concert and assembling a group together, like whatever the thing is for you. But if you do take the initiative to meet the people, then the invitations will come. So sometimes it needs to be you getting out of your comfort zone a little bit to facilitate the meetings, and then the rest can follow. So I just want you to know that I've been there and I see you, and it's uncomfortable, but you will meet your people. You will. So if you feel really lonely right now, you don't have to feel so alone. Like, I get it. I get it. It's hard. And I don't know why that's like making me so nostalgic right now for those times of my life, but you will meet your people. You will meet them. You will meet your soul family. You've got contracts with the people you're meant to touch, the lives you're meant to touch. I really love this. I have to bring this up because this was so powerful for me, such a perspective shifter. You guys probably know Emilio Ortiz on Instagram. He's he's got a big Instagram platform and following, and I love his content. I don't know him personally, but I love his content. And he made this post that really impacted me, that said that in the average human lifespan, the amount of people that you have the opportunity to touch, the lives that you have the opportunity to touch, not physically touch, you know what I mean, energetically touch, the people's lives that you get to touch, you have the opportunity to impact over 80,000 people. Just imagine that. 80,000 people. Now, if you've got a platform like I do, that number is astronomical. Astronomical. Fuck, it's crazy, right? It's so crazy. And if you, knowing this, you have the opportunity to touch 80,000 lives, how would you live your life differently? Maybe you would live with more joy. Maybe you would be more of your true self. Maybe you would step out of the spiritual closet. Maybe you would be less afraid. Maybe you would lean into leading by example. Maybe you would say the thing that you know you need to say, like whatever that is for you. You're 80,000. You're 80,000 people that you are here to reach in this lifetime. Like, you would be doing them a disservice if you hide yourself. So get out of the hiding, get out of the, you know, and I've been in a little bit of the hermit mode too, but I've been telling myself that I need my people to find me. They need to see me. As much as I would love to hide away in the dark corner of my bedroom and just like be in healing mode and like not on Instagram and like not showing up and creating content. Like, yeah, sometimes that sounds good, but what brings me even more joy is touching your life and impacting your life and bringing a smile to your face and bringing joy to your world. And literally, that is what this life is all about. That is what this life is all about, is impacting each other. And like, period, full stop. So why are you hiding yourself? Why are you keeping your gifts a secret? Stop that. No more. None. Stop. No. Come on now. You know better. You know better. You know you're here for more. So anyway, that's just like a little tangent for you. And I said this at the beginning of the summer, that this summer was going to be all about the summer of being seen. The summer solstice kind of ushered in this energetic activation around being seen for being your most authentic self, being seen for who you really are. And I've had people step into my life who have really helped me do that in a lot of ways. I have had opportunities to really lean into that even more than I ever thought possible. And I can tell you that, yeah, there can be fear, there can be nerves of, you know, am I going to get rejected? Like, what's this person going to think about me? You know, how is this person going to perceive me? Are they going to judge me? Are they going to make fun of me? Like, all of the doubts that can come up in your head. But what if there is one person whose life you have to change? You're here to touch, you're here to expand, you're here to influence, you're here to help by you just being yourself. And that can't happen if you keep yourself hidden. So this summer is all about leaning into that energy. In the month of August, we're going to start to see the culmination of that. So if you've been doing the work, if you've been focusing on yourself, if you've been focusing on manifesting a life you love, you're going to reap the rewards of that this month. You're going to see that come through. But to receive, you have to be seen. The people can't find you if you're hiding. The money can't find you if you're hiding. You can't receive what you want if you don't ask for it, or at least at the very, very least, you can't receive if you don't put yourself in a position to be available to receive what you want. You have to be available for it. You have to be open for it. And I can tell you some of the things I've been wanting to manifest in my own life, I wasn't available for them a month ago. And now I am. And I'm like, yeah, I'm leaning into that energy of receiving. Full on. I know things that I want are coming for me. So with that being said, I am excited for you, and I'm excited for us for this month and to see what comes forward. I also have such a cool story to share with you that was worthy and deserving of this podcast episode. Oh my God, by the way, I have to just bring attention to my gray streak of hair today. My witchy streak is like in full force, and I freaking love it. I love it. If you're watching me on video right now, I've got like this very prominent gray streak of hair that started when I was in college, and I covered it up for a long time, and now I don't. I own it, right? That's what this month is all about. Owning your authenticity, owning your quirks, owning your eccentricities. That's the word. Owning all the things that make you you. And so with that being said, this is a perfect segue into the story I'm about to share with you. I finally got my first tattoos. Yes, my listener, maybe you didn't know this about me, but I have gone 31 years of my life without any tattoos. And I grew up a very good girl, Catholic school girl, went to Catholic school for 12 years of my life, wore a uniform for all of my life. Good Lord. Good Lord. If you know, you've been there. I got my first piercing on my 18th birthday, and I got my belly button pierced, and I literally walked in my front door. My mother was waiting for me. She didn't know where I was because I was a little bit of a rebel at that time of my life, and I would sneak off and do things. And I walk in the front door of my house. My mom is waiting there for me. Mom, if you're listening to this, I hope this makes you laugh. And she looks at me and she makes a joke, and then she pokes me right in the stomach, and I go, ah! And I shrink back, and I'm like, ouch, that really hurt. My mom goes, you got that done, didn't you? And I was like, oh, she knew. Damn it. She knew. I literally had just gotten the piercing, you guys. This wasn't like a week later. This was that day, that hour after I got home. My mother is very intuitive. She's hilarious. Love her so much. And I say that because my parents were very anti-tattoo for my whole life. I still think that they are in a lot of ways, but my parents have also made jokes to say, quote unquote, Emily, we're surprised that you don't have any tattoos by now. And I would think to myself, excuse me, I don't have any tattoos because, part of me still wanted to be the good girl. Part of me still wanted to be accepted for looking a certain way and being a certain way. And now that I'm in this phase of my life where, frankly, I don't give a fuck what people think of me, I am just going all out. I am being my most authentic self. I'm being the most true Emily I can possibly be. I have had Pinterest boards of tattoos since college. I have lists of things that I've been wanting to get. All of them are still relevant. I haven't changed my mind, which is hilarious. So part of me wishes that there were some things that I had gotten done a while ago because I would still love them if I did. But now's the time. Now is the time. So anyway, I made the decision that I wanted to get my first tattoos. More specifically, the main one, which I'll show you in a moment, I wanted to get in honor of my uncle and my cousin. And if you haven't listened to episode, I think it's number 5 of this podcast, that's about my mediumship journey and my journey with grief, you really should, because it's a good one. There's a lot in there. There's just like a lot of messages and stuff in there. And if you've dealt with grief and loss, that episode will heal your heart in a lot of ways. I'll share briefly, just super high level, because there's some things around that that are important to the story. But long story short, in 2017 was the darkest, hardest year of my life. I lost my cousin, my mother's brother's daughter, to an addiction. And I found out about the loss through a text from a friend who had seen information about it on Facebook. And I didn't know about it because my parents were waiting to tell me when I got finished with my work day. But I was at work, I was at my corporate job. So I got the news via a text message from an acquaintance, and literally my whole world broke down. Yeah, it was a shock. That loss was a shock. No, I didn't see it coming. And I was young, as we are. So that loss was really hard. And I was in a phase of my life where I didn't know how to handle my emotions. I didn't know how to handle loss. I didn't know how to handle grief. I've been in and out of therapy since college for anxiety and, ADD and all sorts of things. And I didn't know how to handle that. And then, so I will say that I kind of compartmentalized my grief and didn't deal with it. And then a few weeks go by, and my uncle, who was my cousin's father, who had been suffering from a very rare cancer for many years and was someone who we got a lot of extra time with him. My uncle was like a grandfather figure to me. Long story short, super quickly here, my parents are a lot older. Love you guys, but you're a lot older. My parents had me in their 40s. So they're seniors. I've got senior parents. Senior parents, as you know, listening to this, if you have baby boomer parents, having baby boomer parents brings up its own unique set of circumstances, especially when you're 30, 31, I mean. When you're in your late 20s, early 30s, it's interesting to have senior parents. I'll just say that. And I didn't really know my grandparents. So 2 of them were already on the other side when I was born. My father's parents were around, but didn't really have like a super close relationship with them. So my uncle was like my grandfather, and he was so important to me. He was so important to me in so many ways. And losing him was one of the hardest things I've ever been through in this lifetime. There have been other things, but that's definitely takes the cake for sure. The 2 losses within a very short period of time, my God, I don't wish that on anybody. Not easy to deal with multiple losses at once. And then my grandmother passed away not too long after that. So my dad's mother. So there was a lot packed into that period, that phase of my life. And you'll hear more kind of about the handling of grief and so forth and my own journey with that in next week's episode with a friend of mine named Carrie, where we talk grief and more detail there. So I'm not going to go into it too much in this episode, but just for the purpose of like the tattoo and how significant this is to me. My uncle and my cousin are really, I mean, the 2 of them, like, what a soul contract. That in and of itself is just in the way that they've impacted my life and other people's lives in this lifetime is just wow. So anyway, I have been wanting to get a tattoo in honor of that. And long story short, again, there's so many details to this, but when I was learning mediumship, one of the craziest experiences I had in my mediumship journey when I was working with a mentor was that this is during the pandemic. I was healing from my grief of losing my uncle and my cousin, and I started digging through my things. And I happened to find a box with birthday cards, and I save all of my birthday cards, and I don't throw any of them away. I found the last birthday card that my uncle gave me from 2017. My birthday's in February. He passed in May. And I found the last birthday card that he gave me, and I kid you not, it had a butterfly on it. And I had been getting signs about butterflies for years, from 2017 to 2020. When I would go to work at my corporate job and I would be driving in the car on the way to work, this song would come on. I'm a huge Bass Nectar fan. I'm a huge bass head. I love bass music. Bass Nectar has a song called Butterfly. And every time that song would come on, I would just cry on my way to work. And I knew that it was my uncle coming in to play that song for me. So every time I see butterflies, I associate it with my uncle. So I thought about getting this tattoo and, woke up one morning and was thinking about the tattoo. And I was like, I'm going to get a single butterfly in the back of my arm. And then, of course, I feel my cousin Lauren's energy come in, and she's like, "No, we're gonna get we're gonna get two butterflies, one for me, one for my dad, one for Joe." And so I was like, "Okay, you guys know, two butterflies. We're gonna get two butterflies," which led me to finding my tattoo artist in the Philly area. Her name is Avalon. I kid you not, her name is Avalon. If you know, like Avalon in the spiritual community is such a big deal. There's a galactic version of Avalon. There's, of course, the mythical Avalon here on this planet. There's Merlin. Like, there's so many things. Merlin's one of my main spirit guides. So Avalon is very meaningful to me. It's also, there's Avalon at the Jersey Shore, and I grew up going there. So, of course, my tattoo artist name is Avalon. And Avalon is a master at fine line tattoos, and she has tattoos of double butterflies all over her page. I was like, oh my God, this is so meant to be. So I booked my appointment. Anyway, heading into the appointment that day, I was super nervous. It's Mercury retrograde. I'm like overthinking. I'm like, should I do this? Should I not do this? Is this a good time for this? Should I wait until after Mercury retrograde is over? I'm like, okay, we're just going to like go into the day. We're going to see how we feel. You can always change your mind, like whatever. If I lose out on the deposit and say no, it's whatever. It's fine. It's all good. I also wanted to get the number 55 tattooed on my wrist because the number 55 is really meaningful to me. I've been talking a bit on here about the gene keys, which are a modality that are focused on the expansion of the self, and we all have a gene keys profile similar to our birth chart. I'm not going to go into it until much detail because this episode will be fucking long. But what I will say is that my gene keys life work number is 55. The life's work number represents literally your mission, your energy in this lifetime. It is what you're here to express. It is everything in your whole life is going to take you back to this one thing. So for me, number 55, the 55th gene key is the gene key of freedom. Freedom is my life's work in this lifetime. Everything I do has to link back to being free in some capacity. And my whole life has been a series of healing and letting go and releasing myself from things where I've been suppressed and trapped and stuck. And so I got this as a reminder, the 55 is a reminder to always lean into freedom, even when I'm afraid, even when I'm terrified of like what it's going to lead to. I am so fully committed to living this energy. I keep showing my wrist to the camera if you're listening to this, by the way. Leaning into the 55. It is the gene key of all gene keys, by the way. I can't believe it's my life's work number. It blows my mind because as a collective, we're moving into this energy. So I know that I'm here to be a leader for it in this lifetime. So it's why I'm here on this planet is this energy of freedom. And so anyway, my commitment to myself and my own personal journey and teaching you, my listener, how to live a life of freedom, I wanted to get that written on my wrist so I can always see it as a constant reminder. And so anyway, I wake up that morning of my tattoo appointment. I'm like, guides, give me a sign. Let me know if this is the right thing to do or not. I go to the gym. I see people all over the gym with tattoos of things that I've been wanting to get. People I had never seen before and have not seen at the gym since that day, by the way. So I was like, okay, guides, like, I see you. I get ready for my appointment. I'm feeling excited. I'm like feeling ready. I'm like, let's do this. I'm so ready. Like, let's go. Get in my car. My car is parked behind another car on my block here in Philly. The car in front of me, I kid you not, has a license plate that has the number 55 right there, right in front of me. And the license plate frame says the word galaxy on it. Galaxy! Like, you guys know how galactic I am. Are you kidding? So that was crazy. So I'm like, all right, this is so meant to be. We're going to go. So I like blast my music. I'm driving to my appointment. I start seeing butterflies. I'm like, oh my God, this is happening. This is so real. So I get to my appointment. I meet Avalon. She's amazing. We hit it off right away. We get into it. The tattoo process was amazing. It looks amazing, by the way. I'm a freaking obsessed with it. It looks so good. She did such a good job. Everything I wanted. I also got some numbers, angel numbers on there that are important to me too. So it's 2 butterflies, angel numbers, and some sparkles. Emily the Mystic, because we know Emily loves her sparkles. And then what was even crazier was I leave the appointment. I'm like on cloud 9. This has been amazing. Such a great experience. I go to get lunch. I'm waiting for my lunch and I open my phone. I open Facebook, and the first thing I see on my Facebook feed is a post from a friend of mine who's actually listening to this. And I'm going to give him a shout out because he's editing this podcast. So, and I can't, not say thank you. Ryan, thank you for this sign because it was so meaningful to me. You have no idea. My friend and podcast editor, Ryan, posted something on Facebook. And in this post, I kid you not, he uses a specific phrase in quotes that my uncle used to say all of the time. So much so that my family still makes fun of this phrase to this day, which is the phrase, God willing. My uncle used to say, like, I'll see you on Sunday, God willing. And my Uncle Joe is a funny man. He was an Aries, so he had a lot of fire. He had a lot of fire. My mother's a Sagittarius, so the two of them would often butt heads a lot when I was a kid, which was just kind of funny to watch. And he would often say these things that were just sort of like, he would really mean what he would say, but at the same time, there was always sort of this like dark undertone to it. He would also say, and this is like perfect timing for this episode, another Uncle Joeism was, summer's almost over. Summer's almost over. Which is perfect timing with this August podcast episode. So anyway, the fact that my friend Ryan made this post where he's using this phrase that my uncle used to say all the time, literally my jaw drops open. I feel my uncle's energy come in. I feel my cousin's energy come in. I'm like, no fucking way. They know about the tattoo. They know, and they're saying thank you. Sometimes we get our signs through other people, and it's just like the most miraculous thing. It's insane. So anyway, I leave the appointment. I get in my car. I have to play the song Butterfly. Like, I have a grief moment. I'm driving home. A big yellow butterfly just like flies right over the windshield of my car. And I'm like, this is amazing. This is my life. You guys, this is my life. As Emily the Mystic, I just have things like this happen for me and to me. And it's what makes this life really mystical and magical. So thank you for listening to my story about that, because it felt important to share, and a reminder that if you're navigating grief, your loved ones are never far away. They're not. They're wanting to connect with you, but we have to do the grieving first. We have to move through our own human emotions around our loss to be open enough, to have our hearts open enough to connect with them again and develop a relationship with them in spirit that's going to be different, of course, than your relationship with them when they were here on this planet. But at the very least, they often choose to be your guides in spirit. And so they're helping you regardless. So why not bridge the gap? Why not make the connection? Why not talk to them? I talk to my uncle and my cousin out loud all the time in my apartment when I'm alone. And they've been instrumental for me in building this business. You guys know I also have a whole story about how some of the I used some money from my uncle's inheritance to buy a laptop that I used to build this business on. I mean, I would not be here where I am today. And that's why the tattoo is so meaningful to me, because that experience paved the way for me being able to do this work. And I think it's important to know that, because I think sometimes you see Emily the Mystic and you see what I do and you see how I live my life. And oh my God, isn't Emily's life mystical and magical and wonderful and easy? And oh my God, she's so lucky and she's got the social media success. And oh my God, Emily makes money and like all of these things. But you don't see the fact that I've had to walk through the fucking fire to get here. You don't see what I've been through between 2017 and this year, 2025. There is so much more. There are things that I don't talk about on this podcast. There are things that I never will talk about on this podcast. There are things that I have been through that I have seen that really hurt me to my core. And it's not an easy journey. And I show up consistently to be here, to be present, to do the work. So yeah, I get to receive for it. Hell yeah, I do. I'm worthy and deserving of it. And I know that. So it's just a reminder that we're all human and we're all on this journey together. And this month, really, the theme is emergence. The theme is emergence. We have the opportunity now to emerge from the liminal space, from the in-between, from the past, to emerge into our most present self, where we're going to be gaining deeper clarity around our true self and our mission and our purpose, unlike ever, ever, ever before. So I am going to get into it. I have so much to say, so much to share with you about the month of August. This is going to be a really fulfilling month. Really fulfilling month. September is eclipse season. I'm just going to put that in here. We're not going to get into it in this episode, but we've got 2 eclipses in September. So September is going to feel like a very transformational month. So August is going to give us the opportunity to kind of reap the rewards of our harvest up until this point of the year, which is why I'm really excited about it. We're still in the midst of a Mercury retrograde that ends on August 11th. So hang in there. Mercury retrogrades give us the opportunity to review things and see things from a different perspective and do the inner work and shift our approach and just become aware of what's not working so we can change things up. So take the time to do that. Like, really use this time productively, wisely. Be patient with it. Be patient with yourself. We're going to be coming out of it soon enough. It's also not the time to totally hold yourself back from saying the things you need to say or doing the things that you need to do, because that's also important. There are conversations that need to be had. You do need to continue to show up as your true self. You do need to, share with the world what you need to share. So I'm not telling you to like wait until August 11th to do anything. No, but you're going to feel a burst of energy when Mercury goes direct again. You'll feel better. You'll just start to feel like things are flowing again. So that's exciting. And the rest of the month, I just feel like after August 11th, it's going to really feel like the month is beginning. We're going to feel like we're coming into fulfillment around something. We're going to gain deeper clarity on maybe questions or places where we felt confused over the last couple of months. We're going to gain deeper clarity around what we actually want for ourselves, our needs, our desires, and also how we want to implement that, how we want to embody that, how we want to be the person that we need to be in order to really make that vision for yourself come to life, especially as we head into the fall season. And August is usually that time of the year, kids go back to school. I tend to really go full in on my business because people love to buy courses during the fall season. So I love to make sure that I have a lot to offer my clients, a lot of ways to work with me, and so forth as we head into the fall. So it's a time of year to really start working on your goals and implementing the things that you've been saying that you want to do as you kind of come back from summer vacation. And so you're going to start to see yourself, especially, I want you to hang in there if you felt like I'm doing the work, but I'm not seeing the clarity through the fog. Emily, I've been every single day, like doing the shadow work. I've been really focusing on myself, but I feel like I haven't gotten where I want to be yet, or haven't manifested the thing yet, or I've had so many things happen that have held me back. Or, I feel like you guys have been through crazy stuff this summer. I feel like crazy things have happened to you, like crazy things. We've also seen a lot of loss on the world stage too. A lot of celebrities have passed. I will just put in here, I feel like when we see loss happen in clusters like that, I know that there's usually something that's going to happen in the world in the next couple of months. I don't know what that is yet. I have no idea how that's going to transpire, but usually if there's a period of transition, I mean, we saw that before the pandemic. Again, I'm not saying that the pandemic is going to happen again, because it's not. It's going to be something totally different, but there is going to be some world event or something that's going to happen at some point in the next year for sure. And we've been just seeing a lot of change happen in the collective that's preparing us for that. So there's just been a lot of crazy things that have been happening. And so if you're feeling discouraged or let down that what you've been wanting to manifest isn't on the way, or you feel like it's not happening, hang in there. Hang in there. We are getting ready to emerge. We are getting ready to emerge. The guides were guiding me through this beautiful visualization as I was tuning into this forecast, where they were showing me the tree of life, and we're really just connecting with the tree of life. We're connecting with Mother Earth. We're connecting with our abundant life force again. And that life force, we're feeling it flow through us, and we're feeling like we're receiving the abundance that the world and that source has to offer us. So don't disconnect yourself from the universal abundance. Like, you are an inherent abundant being. You are someone who is abundance incarnate. So if you don't feel like your life is abundant, what within yourself needs to shift to create space for that abundance? Where are you maybe too self-critical, or you are holding yourself back, or maybe you are judging yourself, or you are like, maybe, for example, there's an idea that you've been wanting to implement, but you keep discouraging yourself or self-sabotaging and telling yourself like, no, like, I'm not good enough, or I'm not ready yet, or this isn't ready yet, or here are all the reasons why I can't do it. And then you're not implementing the idea. But what if the idea was the thing that was going to connect you with the money that you've been wanting, right? So we're going to be getting clarity on all of those things, which is going to create space to be connected with the abundance and the receiving that we've so deeply been desiring. So this month is going to be about the harvest and the opportunities and the things coming in. We have been closing major karmic cycles. Like, holy shit. I had a day yesterday where I fully closed a karmic cycle that I was like, maybe I should open up to this thing. I'm not going to say what it is, and no, the universe blocked me because it was an old karmic cycle, a path I did not need to go down. And I know that door needed to be closed. And now I can fully go forward on my highest timeline, be fully present with what is and what is in my life right now, and let myself receive. So we have been clearing out these old cycles. We have been creating space. You've been creating space this summer. You've been doing the work. And you are leaning into being a way shower in your life for others to be open to receive their abundance as well. So you get to receive, you get to be the channel for abundance in all ways, whether that's love, whether that's money, whether that's, I don't know, visibility, more guests on your podcast, more invitations to podcast interviews, more clients, more people following you on social media, like whatever the thing is that you've been wanting to manifest, the abundance that you've been wanting, it's coming. And where can you create more space in your life? What do you need to let go of? What do you need to shift? What boundaries do you need to set? What energy leaks do you need to close? That's what I've been in. I've been in that phase. I'm like, where are the leaks? Where are the energy leaks that I have? Where do I need to do the work so that I can show up as my whole, full, true self? And eventually that will help me be fully ready to be in partnership with someone else. So I can fully receive without being in a codependent relationship again, because that was my past. And I no longer have the capacity for that. So now what can I do to let go of the things within me where I am trying to be in a relationship where I'm trying to complete the other person or whatever? Like, no, I don't have the time for that. I don't have the space for that. I want to be in a relationship where we get to be our whole true full selves in interdependent partnership, where both people have full freedom and full opportunity to live the life that they want to live, right? So that's what I've been working on. So for you, what do you need to shift within yourself to remember that you are whole, full, worthy, and deserving just for being you, just for being here, just for being alive? To create space to receive that next level of abundance, that next level of money, that next level of success or visibility or opportunities or love or whatever it is for you that you have been desiring. Yes, like, yes. And it's coming in, like, it's coming in. So get excited, have hope. Your energy has shifted so much, even just in the last month. I know you, like, I know the path that you're walking right now. And you're so ready for it. We also have the Lionsgate portal this month on August 8th, of course. Lionsgate every year happens on 8/8. So, and if you're a numerology fan like I am, I love the number 8. So because it represents abundance, and 8, it is the 8th month of the year. And so it is really, truly a month of prosperity and abundant opportunities. And we are in a phase where, with the Lionsgate portal, it's going to be opening the doorway for us to a new beginning. Now, I know that there is an astrology situation happening on 8/8. Believe Saturn and Mars are making an opposition, which could be very intense. I will say that I feel like 8/8 is going to be a very intense day energetically. So maybe you want to take it slow. Maybe you want to just create space for yourself. Maybe you want to clear your to-do list. Yeah, maybe you want to just make it a day for you about receiving and being in meditation, like if you have the opportunity to do that, whatever your life and your schedule look like. So it's probably just going to be a very intense and very potent day. I am planning to host an 8/8 portal call in my membership, an 8/8 portal event. I like to do that every single year. It is a Friday evening. So I'm going to be doing it at 6 p.m. on 8/8. I also have a flight that day. So based on how my travel has gone the last couple of months, it's been a little wild for me. So I am hoping and praying that I can show up and be there fully for my own Lionsgate portal call. But I'm also in full trust and surrender that if it doesn't happen on 8/8, then it will happen on the day that it needs to. But my full intention is to have an 8/8 portal celebration in the Emily the Mystic membership. If you are not in the membership, please join. It's $44 a month. If you submit a review for this podcast, you can get a free month. Please do send a screenshot to teamemilythemystic@gmail.com and you can get it for free for this month, and then cancel the membership whenever you feel ready to. But anyway, long story short, Lionsgate portal, 8/8, a day to celebrate abundance, to celebrate our spiritual nature, also a day for really potent energetic activations. And I love to host these events because I channel, I bring forward all sorts of cool energies. I have no idea what's going to happen. It's always amazing. Every year is different. Every year is magical. So come on down. I would love to see you. Okay, next we have the full moon in Aquarius on 8/9. So again, that weekend, the first weekend of August, is going to be a very potent one energetically. So just hang in there. It's really a great opportunity to kind of lean into, with it being the sign of Aquarius, full moon in Aquarius, doing things differently, doing things unconventionally, doing things your way. I know for me, I am noticing now in this season of life that I'm in, where I'm seeing the way that people do things on social media, and I'm like, that doesn't resonate with me. I wouldn't do it that way. And so I am really leaning into trusting and surrendering to myself and my own inner guidance and what I know to do. So that full moon in Aquarius challenge is us to do things differently. What can you do in your own life to think differently, to see the world differently, to let life unfold differently, to operate differently, to think outside of the box? So that's what that's all about. And Mercury is going to go direct on 8/11. Thank God. I don't even need to say anything else about that. And then we have a new moon in Virgo on the 23rd. So I just feel like that time period between the 11th and the beginning of September, it's just going to be a great time for receiving. So let yourself lean back. Like, what would it look like for you? And by lean back, I mean you're still taking initiative to do the things in your life that you know that you need to do. But also, what if you were to be more open to the magic of the universe? For example, a really great way to practice this is, let's say you're going on vacation or you're traveling to a new city, set the intention to just be open to your intuition that day without doing a ton of planning. Let yourself be guided. Go wherever you need to go. See how things fall into place. Let yourself just lean into the process. That's a really beautiful way to practice surrender and practice building trust, and trust in yourself and trust in the divine to support you. So that's a really cool practice that you can do. So let yourself tune into what it means for you to be open to receive. And then again, with this new moon in Virgo on the 23rd, Virgo is a sign of systems and structure and heart-centered service. And so it gives us a great time to take action towards our new goals, or to at least plan for those new goals, plan for the fall season, plan for what we want. So I know for me, it'll probably be a great time to set some new business goals and really focus on that. And then, of course, September leads us into eclipse season. So let's enjoy the month of August. Let's really enjoy it. Let's play full fucking out. Let's play full out. Like, it's the end of the summer. What do you have to lose? Go out, do the thing, meet the people, have a good time, celebrate yourself. Don't let life hold you back, but also just be open to the magic and the miracles and the divine detours. And if you're like me and you're visiting a friend and your flight gets canceled, this is me visiting Leah, New Hampshire, by the way. Your flight gets canceled because of storms. What if you were to just trust and surrender and call your friend and have them pick you up at the airport and take you home for the night? And so you have to reschedule your whole calendar the next day, but you trust that that's what you need to do. And that extra day led to one of the most exciting business ideas that Leah and I are co-creating together that I have received in a long fucking time. So full chills, full body chills. And that was all because the universe had other plans and decided that I needed an extra night. Leah and I needed an extra night to hang out together. So that's how my life goes. And what if you were to see it the same? What if instead of the aggravation over the canceled train or the canceled flight, or, we get so like agitated by these things. What if you were to see it as a divine detour, divine redirection? There is a reason why it's happening, and you fully lean into trust in that moment. I trust beyond a shadow of a doubt that everything is happening for me exactly the way that it needs to. What would unfold for you? Let that be your prayer, your intention this month. Full divine trust and surrender. And also, if you need help with that, I have a course that starts at the end of this month on August 20th called Divine Trust. It is an expansive journey into the world of Emily the Mystic Manifestation. It is a self-paced course plus bonus live calls with yours truly, where I teach you the perspective of manifestation from different points of view, building trust in yourself, building trust in the universe, building trust in other people. And I see this as the divine trinity of trust. When we have all three aspects of the divine trinity in place, then that's when magic and miracles really happen. But if you don't trust yourself, you're not going to take the action. You're not going to do the things you want to do. If you don't trust in other people, you are going to be controlling. You are going to have grip so tightly onto life. You are not going to let people come to you. If you are not trusting in the universe, you are going to be in this this sort of victim energy of why aren't things happening for me? I'm doing all of the work and nothing is happening, nothing is unfolding, and blah, 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 blah. And these stories that we get caught up in. What if you were to fully lean into trust on all levels, so deeply, beyond a shadow of a doubt, in all aspects of your life? What would unfold for you? That's what my Divine Trust course is going to teach you. Special discount just for you for the Lionsgate portal, code LION, LION, for $222 off my Divine Trust course. I will leave the link for that below in the show notes. Also, if you happen to be listening to this before August 1st, I would love to invite you to the Indigo Emergence Summit. It is a virtual event on YouTube hosted by the Cryon channel, Lee Carroll himself. He wrote the book about indigo children in the 90s that has been a huge pillar of the spiritual community and a book that was near and dear to my heart as a kid. I am a featured guest on the summit. My interview is on August 3rd, so I would love to see you there at the Indigo Emergence Summit. It's free for one day, or spend $77 and get access to the full weekend and my interview, and you get to see Emily the Mystic in all her glory, plus really amazing other guest speakers on that episode in the summit. It's just really amazing. So I'm so delighted to be a part of that. So check that out. Also, my next retreat is coming this fall. I'm so over the moon about this retreat, you guys. You know, I love a good retreat, and this one is themed around the country and being in the country, and I'm co-hosting it with my friend Ashley Ruggieri, Energy Healing with Ashley. We have teamed up to host a beautiful experience October 16th through 19th in the heart of the Smoky Mountains in Sevierville, Tennessee, which is outside of Gatlinburg and Knoxville, close to Pigeon Forge and Dollywood. So we are going to be doing all of the country themed events. We are going to be horseback riding. We are going to be in the mountains. We are going to be enjoying the fall weather. We are going to be going to Dollywood. We're just going to have a grand old time. So get your cowgirl boots, come to our retreat. I will leave the link for that below in the show notes as well. And finally, I have an amazing one-on-one mentorship opportunity called my Magnetism Mentorship. So if everything today in this episode really spoke to you, I would love to support you in a 4-session container to help you fully lean into your divine feminine energy in its highest expression and become the magnet to all the things that you've been wanting to manifest. We're going to be working on fully harnessing your Kundalini life force energy, your divine feminine Shakti energy. So if you've never done work around that, it's time. Like, girl, it's time. Come into the world. I would love to support you on that process and balancing your masculine and feminine energy to help you become a fully divine feminine conduit of receptivity and abundance and magic and love and miracles and all the things. So that mentorship information will be at the link in the show notes. Okay, my listener, I know that was a lot. Thank you for coming on this cosmic journey with me. I always love to leave you with a message, a special message just for you for this month ahead. So let's do it. This month, we are using the Seasons of the Witch Lammas Oracle. Love this deck. It's so beautiful. I love their deck so much. You guys know this. I usually use them for these podcast episodes. Lammas, if you're not familiar, is the celebration of the halfway point between the summer solstice and the fall equinox. So it represents the harvest. Okay, so my dear listener, it is time to receive your message. I'm going to give you 3 colors, and you're going to pick the color that resonates the most with you right now at this stage of your life. And then you're going to get your message. All right, so your 3 colors are gold, purple, and green. Gold, purple, green. Gold, purple, green. Okay, so pick your color. We're going to start with gold. The first message, cornucopia. Card number 12, cornucopia. Keywords, abundance, fruits of your labor. Haha, yes, hell yeah. Cornucopias are now commonly associated with the North American holiday Thanksgiving, but they are much older than that and have been a symbol of abundance for thousands of years. The name itself is Latin, meaning horn of abundance, a perfect symbol and vessel of the prosperity celebrated during the first harvest. Cornucopia has appeared to signify the immense abundance in all areas of your life, but may require you to view abundance from a greater perspective. Going beyond material possessions. Everything from emotional abundance to cosmic abundance, abundance of joy and creativity, to an abundance of love can be a portal, attracting more ways to experience prosperity in all its forms. I feel like I wrote this myself. Sounds like me reading this to you. Strange, but I love it. In a reading about material wealth, I'm reading this to you, my dear listener, for the purpose of this podcast, but we are going to say that you are going to be receiving unexpected financial windfalls. Your hard work is being noticed and rewarded, leading to new opportunities for growth. This is a direct result of the universe answering your prayers and intentions. Hell yeah. I love this. This card is also guiding you to embrace the abundance of blessings within your spirit. Within you lies untapped potential, unique talents, and a wellspring of love and creative ingenuity. Embody the spirit of abundance and watch as life flourishes in every way. Yes. Yes, you are manifesting an overflow of abundance, not just abundance, an overflow of abundance. I love that for you. If you chose the color purple, your card, grapevines. Ooh, Emily the Mystic better find herself at a winery this fall. Oh man, I make myself laugh. Okay, grapevines, card number 25. Indulgence, creation and manifestation, attraction. Ooh. All vines are associated with attraction in one way or another because of their ability to reach out and grab hold of nearly anything they touch. Grapes specifically are associated with attracting abundance, indulgence, and luxury. And when grapevines appears as your card pull, it is a sign that any recent hardships are in the past and you can begin to splurge a bit more on developing material comforts. This is a very positive card that represents the sweet life. You are, or soon will be, living a much more confident, grand life of some leisure, and will have the chance to slow down after developing some financial independence. While you haven't achieved all of your goals just yet, it is clear you have achieved most, and you should allow yourself the rewards that come along with your success. Additionally, if you receive this card, it is encouragement to ask for more. You are still in a period of good fortune and manifestation, so anything you put your energy into will lead to a positive outcome. Don't be afraid to be bold and ask for what you want, even if you don't receive it right away. Speaking your desires out loud to someone is all that is required to attract it to you. Hell yeah. Oh my God. I love that one for you. I would have pulled that for myself. That's going to be my message too. I love that. Special. Beautiful. And finally, we have citrine. Okay, sorry. If you selected the color green, your card is citrine, like my nails. Well, citrine is not green, but you know what I mean. Citrine is a crystal that is usually kind of an off-white, milky white color. My nails are green today, and this card, the back of the card is green. Okay, you selected citrine. Beautiful. That is an abundance crystal. All of these messages are about abundance. Wink, wink. Citrine, keywords: confidence, security, positive outlook. Beautiful. The appearance of the sunny positivity inducing citrine. Getting so tongue-tied. Oh my God, let me start again. The appearance of the sunny positivity inducing citrine card signifies the beginning of a metamorphic journey of self-assurance, confidence, and empowerment. That was a mouthful. It is a positive influence no matter where or how it appears in a reading, for it illuminates all dark corners and guides you towards unleashing your potential. The citrine card serves as a reminder that confidence is a skill, not a right. You are being encouraged to shift towards a more positive mindset, challenge any negative stories holding you back, and surround yourself with positive influences of people and information, such as books or courses, that will inspire, uplift, and encourage you to seek the light in all areas of your life. This is your confirmation that your desired outcome has nothing to do with fate. More doors and opportunities will open with greater ease as you take steps to leave self-doubt behind and have more belief in your abilities and authentic power. Trust that you are worthy of success, and the rest of your surrounding world will rise to meet your newfound radiance or move out of the way for someone else who can. Oh shit. That was a talking to for you. I love this. I mean, it's so true though. Anytime I've been frustrated that something hasn't been manifesting in my own life, the biggest shift that I've had to make is in full self-certainty. When I shift into full certainty in myself that I am the person who can have the thing that I want, and of course, beyond a shadow of a doubt, I know that I am worthy and deserving of that, that is when everything changes for me. My business is a good example. When I shifted into full certainty that I'm an expert in the work that I do and that people seek me out for my specific niche and how I help people, that is when I saw my business really start to take off. So leaning into full certainty in yourself is absolutely important, and you're getting a confidence activation this month. So I love that for you. Oh my gosh, my friends, this has been so fun. Thank you for coming along for the ride with me this month. I cannot wait to see what manifests for you in August. Please post this episode to your story, tag me in it, let me know what you're manifesting. I would love to know. And also let me know what happens. I can't wait to hear. I love your stories so much. You guys send me the best DMs about what's unfolding in your life and how these episodes resonate with you. I look forward to it every month. Just the things are wild, like the synchronicities that you guys experience in connection with these episodes just brings me so much joy. So thank you for letting me shine my light on you and helping you find your light from within. It is such a joy. My heart is so full. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah. I'm sending you love, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now. The portal is closed.